Well, hello there. It's actually Sunday this time, if you've been following the videos. Before we get on to this mess, the hydraulic clutch job on Bruiser, the 85 F250, actually ended up working out very well. It took driving around the second day. I had to go down the firehouse and clean up where the snow came off the roof into the drive, and so I hooked the plow up and went down there, and about halfway through I must have bled the last bubble out of the relief port, because now that thing, it's throwing me all off, because the release point on the pedal is about halfway down the travel rather than 95% of the way down the travel. Anyway, so today we're playing the great game of memory. Back in the spring, I thought I might get to rebuilding a transmission here. This is my first attempt at disassembling manual transmissions and working on them. So that one was the first parts one that I disassembled and found that I'm no transmission guy, but I found plenty of issues. So that one needs a considerable more amount of money invested, and I got this one from a friend on a trade, said to be good, and so I disassembled part of the way and back in the spring, and then just today I finished disassembly and figured out where all this stuff goes. It's actually not as complicated as it might look. And mostly I found the normal wear and tear that you would expect to be on there. And since I didn't find any nightmares, or what I think to be nightmares, I'm going to put it back together. The only thing that's going to be questionable is the synchros a little bit. I don't know if that's going to focus, but there's a little bit of wear on the ridges. And they don't grab the greatest, but they don't grab bad. So we're going to take this one and reassemble it into its own case. I got a nice bag of seals and gaskets and everything I need there. And the only thing I discovered today, after cleaning out the casing, I didn't push the one last roller bearing down in here because I don't want to. Since I'm just going to put it back in, I just cleaned it out, is this. And it's interesting that they ripped some of the cast when that one was attempted to be removed. It did move some because it isn't all the way through. This one has a little tearing around here as well. Sometimes that happens when tapping, but it's usually more like that. This camera isn't that good. So, I'm in no rush. I don't need to put this in the truck. I am rebuilding this to learn and teach myself, and this is an NP 435. This one is from '78. That one is as well. And I want to put one in my plow truck, and the one in the blue 78 that we'll get to at some point here, that one makes a little bit of noise, I think, from a bearing, and I'd like to have one to put in there. So I'm going to attempt to extract that because I'm taking my time and I'm in no rush, and we'll see what happens in the process. So that one I'm going to box up and rebuild later. That'll be another series after I learn what I'm doing with this one. And hopefully we'll have a good transmission here when we're done. I will say I really like seeing all those gears as thick as a hand, nice and clean, sitting on the table. Here we go.